Oh, come on, hurry up and load. There we go. And we're live, as Martin Tyler would say. That's not what I want to do. Go away, share, copy link. Right, let me just get this stream tweeted out on Twitter and stuff, and then we'll be underway. My computer's trying to do about 60 things at once at the minute, so. There we go, I think that's tweeted out. Cool, right, I believe we're live. Got the chat on the screen. Yeah, everything's good. Where are we darts? There they are. I think everything's good. We're using Streamlabs OBS today rather than just regular Streamlabs, so hopefully there'll be alerts and stuff. If someone's watching, if they want to unsub and sub again just to test it out, that would be appreciated. I'm not a very good early morning streamer. Ricardo, hello, how are you doing? I will get into a little 501 game in a minute. Hopefully the audio is okay. I've got a different sort of mic setup and it's a little bit quieter. Probably turn the volume up a little bit. It should be all good. I'm good, thanks. Bit of a day off today. The website, I manage a football team and I'm waiting for this website to load. I've been waiting for like 50 minutes because I'm in a queue. And I've got to sign a player on and pay for a yellow card. So Kieran, hello, thanks very much. How are you? Ooh. Right. Like I said, if I just randomly sort of sit down and start doing stuff, it's probably because this website's loaded. So I need to sort of keep slightly active on it to make sure I don't get kicked off. And I've been waiting like an hour to get on. So another 59. Right, let's get into a game. And then hopefully we can do alright. Steady 60 to start, we'll take that. Oh. Oh. I actually can't see the scoreboard out. There we go. 85. What are you using for split screen? Streamlabs OBS. I actually have a Mac, so because I'm a sort of photographer, a digital media editor student, and I got a Mac. The only problem was Streamlabs OBS never used to work on Mac. But it's pretty simple. All it is just like you add your two webcams and then you can just like prop the things and fit them in, and it just kind of works like that. It's pretty simple, and then you can either record or live stream through that. Bit high. Yeah, I want to do more split screen stuff, but the last couple of videos haven't really needed it, so. Another steady 60. See, I'm playing pretty okay, the computer's still ahead of me. Figure that one out. 100. Thanks for that, yeah. If you want to if you download Streamlabs OBS, or even just normal Streamlabs, either one's okay if you're just recording videos, and you have a bit of help. There's plenty of sort of tutorials. I might actually make a tutorial myself, because there are a few people doing it. I have a fun challenge working and finishing double setup shots. 101 in 6, 201 in 9, 301 in 12, finish that in a row, otherwise you restart 101 again. That's actually a good idea. I done a video probably about a month or two ago where you have to finish 121 in 9, but I'm pretty confident in doing that now. I'd probably say I'd finish 121 in 9 75% of the time. But that's actually a pretty good practice routine, because it gives you a bit more of a higher target to hit or to check out in. Oh dear. Is that 30? Was that only 121? Because I'll start. That's a 90. 61. 25 double 18. Oh, I thought I was in. I've got the 25. I'm happy with that. 61, 25 double 18 is probably my favourite combination shot. If someone was to say what's your favourite combination, check out 61, 25 double 18 is probably the way. There we go. That's why you practice doubles, and before you come on stream, because otherwise you'll take 5 darts at it like that. 24 dart leg's okay for me actually. I haven't actually played a proper game of darts in a while, if you count this as proper, I guess. $125. I actually feel like I play better on stream as well, which is very strange. Probably because of the pressure, I guess. It's like, it's pressure, but it's not so much pressure that you're shaking and putting the darts all over the place like you probably would be in an actual game. So it's sort of a good amount. 60. I do 81 to 141 as a practice routine. Yeah, I'm still trying to find my practice routine. I want to nail down sort of a practice routine I can do every day without getting bored, and it's the same every day, and then I leave a last sort of 15-20 minute window to do something different that I feel I might need to practice. Because especially, well, my darts league was announced yesterday that we're not going to start the new season, we're just going to resume the old one when it starts. And obviously yesterday they announced that they're going back to groups of 6, so there's no chance darts is coming back anytime soon. So I might have to look into playing in some online leagues, or setting one up myself possibly. I think there's a few online leagues out there, but they're very funny about how you can enter and sort of stuff like that. Whereas I would happily have an online league where you just have to play and you just stick your webcam or your phone on. I don't care what way you play, as long as you put your scores in. Oh dear. Oh, it's gone all over the place. There we go. Last start saving was at 78.83. This website's now loaded, so I need to quickly do something. voice. Yep. Oh dear. Is that 19? Leaves me with 169. There we go. 24. Shouldn't it have been 164? You plan on doing your top 5 darts YouTube channels? I mean, I could do it. It's a good video. I feel like I wanted to do it, but I've held off until I've sort of gained more subscribers. So maybe it's like a thing I might do. I don't know, there's a lot of eyes on the channel at the minute, so maybe it is something I need to do now. But I was going to do it when I was like first starting out. I was going to say like, these are my top 5 favourite YouTube channels to watch. But maybe I could do like my top 5 favourite YouTube channels to watch now, and people would actually sort of gain something from it. Oh dear. So 115. $95. That leg's went down the drain a little bit. 76. Double 10 straight in. Jeez. See, what I would do normally, if I had this fully set up, because I've got this website to go on and do stuff, I would put a little be right back screen on and just quickly do it for 5 minutes, but oh well. I can always redo it later, it's just waiting for another hour again to do it. Ah! 43. Yeah, let's close this down. I'll do it later on. I've still got a few days to do it. Ooh. So 24. No. 22. I'm going to do it when I get over 200 subs, coming on 172. Yeah, it's sort of it's nice for people to do that. I think the darts community is very sort of open with who people like and sort of sharing people's stuff. You go into other communities, even at this sort of level, and people just don't want to work with you or don't want to sort of put your stuff out there. But I think darts is different because it's very new to YouTube. Oh my god. Darts is very new to YouTube, and you've obviously got the darts Facebook groups where a lot of people will see your stuff, and maybe not everyone has a YouTube account, but then they sort of discover other people through that, and like people just sort of get stuck to YouTube that way. I feel like there's a lot of new eyes coming into YouTube just for darts. My technique's gone a bit out of the window here. I don't think I've hit a steady sort of 60 or ton since the last leg. $100. Oh, keep dragging it into that part of the 18 every time. What's that? 27, 37, 38. I believe. I have another fun one, but it's more advanced. You have 3 darts for a finish, 10 up, 1 down. If you miss 10 finishes in a row, it's game over. You start on 2 and try to at least beat 120, but your record's 156. That sounds like an interesting game. Oh, another one. What's your take on this drama between Darts Planet TV and the darts referee? Ooh, I think, so I've seen a tweet that come out, I think it was this morning, said that Darts Planet TV are getting their legal team involved, and it's something I actually thought might happen because I know I don't know Gav personally, but from his personality and the stuff that I saw on Jack's video, he seems like the kind of guy that would do that. And obviously, Darts Planet TV make a lot of money, and Jack legally, I think, has performed inadvertently a defamation of character, but I feel like what was said by Gav can't really be justified. Okay, the NHS stuff, fair enough. I think that was a bit of a stupid thing to put in the video, but the other stuff like the mystery boxes for cheap tat, something that wasn't talked about, which was the VIP members. I think the VIP members are getting ripped off massively. I was a VIP member for about 2 months or 3 months, and I started to realise that nothing was really happening. They promised all this stuff for VIP members, and it just never happened. Fair enough, there was lockdown and stuff, but I think when you really look at it, I was paying £12 a month, so that's the £9.99 for the VIP membership and £2 for delivery on a magazine. You're looking at £12 for a magazine, and then all you got was like 3 sets of stems and 3 sets of flights, and that's all you were getting. And like obviously a special group where you're a VIP member and you can talk to other VIPs, which was, the group was so dead. No one used it because the website was terrible, and Gav was meant to be a web designer. But I think the stuff that Gav said was wrong. However, it was said in confidence to Jack that no one would see it. But then, like you say, when you're in YouTube, you have to be nice. You have to be nice to everyone. You can't just say certain things and get away with it, because eventually it could come back and backfire on you. If you say, "Oh, these people lap up the cheap tat that we put in boxes," like it's going to come back to haunt you. You can't just say stuff like that. You just say, "Oh yeah, we do make money off the mystery boxes because we sort of work things out where some will be better than others." That's fair enough, because that's how mystery boxes work. If they didn't make money, what would be the point in doing them? But I think just saying putting cheap tat in it was a bit silly. Oh, we've got people. Ross, hello. I'm good, thank you. I was good until I just lost that leg, I just realised. Victor, hello. Luke, hello. I'm good, thanks. How is everyone? I'm not going to go too far into the Darts Planet TV thing, but I do have a lot of strong opinions on it. The strongest opinion I had, which I talked about in a previous live stream, I think it was my first ever live stream, the whole Dart Wolf thing, like that was obviously someone from Target. It was like, how can someone come in during the World, or just after the World Championships when the Darts Planet channel was kicking off, give away all this Target stuff, and then just disappear all of a sudden, then Darts Planet start working with other brands? Doesn't make a lot of sense. And the Nexus thing as well, oh my day, there's so much stuff I forgot about. The Nexus thing where Gav was trying to shut down soft tip darts because they gave out the boards. Hello from Alaska. Hello Scott. Alaska. I actually really want to go to Alaska. I don't know if any of you guys, you probably don't know too much, but I actually have a really sort of strong interest in wildlife photography. Alaska's one of the places I really want to go one day. Just spend like ages out there as long as possible and just get as many wildlife shots as I can. Seems like a really nice place. Alaska and Canada, probably some of the most diverse places in the world for wildlife. Oh my days. 25. I've really gone off the boil here since I've started talking more, but I don't. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. If you want to see some of my wildlife photography, it's not very good. Kurt Bevan photo on Instagram. I would put it in the chat, but it's, you know, just search Kurt Bevan, it should come up. It's a little picture of me holding a camera. Ooh. $22. Your big brother lives in Canada, a lovely place. Yeah, I've seen. See, I got into wild. It was really weird because I actually got into wildlife sort of the back end of last year of 2019, maybe a little bit earlier, and it was purely through watching the Joe Rogan podcast where he just talked about all these random animals like grizzly bears and stuff. I was like, that's actually really interesting, and I sort of researched. I got into researching like, did bears live in the UK, which they did. You used to have wolves in the UK, and then like you sort of look up just more stuff. What are the biggest mammals in the UK? Do we have reptiles in the UK, which I didn't actually know? We actually have things called common lizards, which are little tiny little lizards, live in the UK. Never knew that until last year. Love to say got back to work. All the best. Enjoy work as best you can. Give a shout when you do. I can show you the great places to go. Definitely will do. I know. I'm not sure what's really out there. I think wildlife photography takes a lot of research, and you've also got to scout your area before you do your photography, which is really difficult. I can't remember if I just put in my score or not, but we'll play it on. This is more just me throwing and putting in scores. 41. There we go. But yeah, it's a really strange passion, because I think if you said to me 3 years ago or even 2 years ago that I'd get into wildlife photography, I would probably laugh at you. But I had a camera and didn't have a lot of use for it after I finished my film course and got into photography. And wildlife's just nice to photograph. You don't want to be dealing with people all the time, or landscapes, because landscapes are done 1,000 times over. Like, you see the same picture on Instagram so many times. Whereas wildlife can throw up anything. Like, I live out the window here, over there. There's a cemetery opposite my house, and literally at the start of this year there was like foxes running around in there, and I'd never seen them, and I've lived here for like 19 years. Never seen foxes in that cemetery before, and all of a sudden they started coming out and I got photos of it. It was really interesting. Oh, come on. I would really try and get back on my game now, but it's almost too interesting talking. Right. What am I? I've had 21 darts, I'm still in the 200s. Shocking. That's the dog, here comes the postman. Hopefully it's just letters. It is just letters. I'll go and get those after this leg. Oh my days. 24. I've literally thrown 20s this whole leg. It's not going very well. Oh, 83. Right, let me quickly go and grab the post. We're back. I just wanted to make sure I went downstairs in case the dog ate it. Up to 5 viewers. Ugh. 41. Whew, I'm out of breath just from running upstairs. Ugh. Oh, I've done it again. I've live streamed like 4 times and missed God knows how many 180s. Jesus. I could have recorded a video today instead of live streaming, because I don't actually have any videos for the future ahead. But I know what I want to record, so I can happily sort of get those done within a few hours. Yeah. I also ordered, feel free to post your stuff into my Facebook group as well, mate. Yeah, I keep meaning to join that, I just keep forgetting. Loopy last dart. Yeah, cheers, Mark. I think all my darts have been loopy. They've been, I'm trying to focus on the chat, and I keep sort of like, every time a little message comes up, I can see it out the corner of my eye. And I just sort of quickly look and then go again. Jesus. Normally, I mean, I am on task, that's only because I hit a 140. I sort of normally aim within 12 darts. I need to be below sort of 260, because then that sort of equals out if you can finish within a couple of darts, a 24 dart leg, give or take. Ah, 64. Problem with film is it throws you off your throw. Yeah, it does. Like, live streams are really weird compared to filming, because filming really puts me off because I'm trying really hard to do well. Like when I film the video yesterday, the all-in-one flights, you want to hit big scores. You don't want to just throw and like get darts all over the place. You want to sort of hit tons and stuff, and you really over focus. But live streaming, when I started the stream, I was throwing really well because there's like a little bit of pressure, but not the pressure you maybe get in like a cup, in like a league or a cup game or something. But then it's just all gone to hell when I've been trying to talk to people in the chat. Ah. 76. I also second guess my counting while I'm streaming, which is another problem. 128. What's that move? 88. The 47. Have you tried Wimble practice rings? Got yours yesterday, used them for a while, definitely helped my group in, hit a 180, nearly hit a few others too. I did actually order some a couple months ago, well not even a couple months ago, like last month. Stuck them, I used them for a little bit, didn't really understand how they worked. Well, I understood how they worked, I just didn't really think they'd done a lot for me. I think they were more distracting than anything. I just chucked them in the drawer and I haven't used them since, but maybe I might give them another go. I might get them out on this stream actually. What are we on? 81. Ah. Ugh. 62. 62? 71. 62, yes. My maths is right there, isn't it? 32, 62, 72, 81, yes. Told you, 24 darts within sort of 260, 270 range, 24 darts you can check out in a couple of darts. We'll play this first 5, so best of 9, and then we might see where we're at, and I might get the practice rings out and see what they're doing. But yeah, I do have them. I think it was because I was ordering these pair flights off Darts Corner. That's what it was. So it probably wasn't even a month ago. I was ordering these flights off Darts Corner and like all these different shapes. So I've got pairs. I bought a set of kites and some slims. I think I had the kites before actually. I bought some slims as well just to sort of practice about, because I saw Duzzer had changed his flights. I thought I've never really experimented properly with pair flights, and I've stuck with these. I need to get some ones that actually have some sort of design on them, or get my own ones. But yeah. Oop. Oh Jesus. $80. Pair flights are awesome. Kites are good as well. Yeah, I switched to these, and then I saw Duzzer move to kites, because it just seemed like kites were the exact same, but they gave a bit more stability. But I've used my kites, and I think they're just a bit. For me, they just drag a bit too much. They sort of drop down too much. Because with I'll show you, with my standard flights, they were sort of dropping very low a lot of the time and blocking off the 20. Whereas now I've got pairs, they seem to go a bit higher, which is nice. Kites pairs work better, shorter, the stem, as they lose stability. The longer the stem. Yeah, so I switched as well to 15-gram darts, which might be another reason why these are now working over the pairs. Well, these are now working with pairs. But I'm using a 15-gram dart, which I think is about 41mm long, the barrel. The point is 40mm. I don't think the point matters too much. Intermediate stem, pair flight. And it just seems to work. I think that the point definitely helps with the balance of the dart as well. Ooh, that was a bit loopy. 41. If it wants to type in, it probably will type in. Did you see reverse? Looks like black volcanic rock. Yeah, I saw that. Mine isn't like that. Mine's sort of got like loads of holes and sort of like strips in it, where I'm guessing they've just saved on using materials, because it's almost not perfectly hollow at the back, but it's like hollow in parts, and they sort of designed it so it still keeps some structure. I was actually looking for a I was thinking about getting a new surround, but I think this one just works fine. I'm not going to bother changing it. I think the only thing that distracts me is where I stand. I'm not sure if it's the way the wall is, or if my corona's different, or if this surround is weird. But if I stand, for me, which is straight on, although I'm left eye dominant, which doesn't help, I can see the outside of the surround just outside the corona light, which is really off-putting, especially considering I stand slightly left as well. But so I thought if I get a black surround, it might be a bit more sort of, I can focus more. But I think the red surround sort of really makes it look nice. So either way, Vox steel points on a set of darts which were so heavy. Which ones are the Vox? Oh, the Vox ones are, they sort of go into the barrel, don't they? Like they taper. Ooh. 28. I'm not playing very well here. Oh, that's. You're also left eye dominant. It's not. See, I didn't really know I was left eye dominant. I never really sort of thought about it, because I thought if you throw straight, you can throw straight. It makes no difference. And then I saw a lot of Facebook posts in Facebook groups and stuff about left eye dominant people, and I was like, maybe it does affect your game. But for me, alright, I'm not the best darts player in the world, but I don't think changing my alignment would really do a lot. Because for me, where I stand, I sort of stand slightly left, or I stand quite far left, because my foot is sideways. But if I was straight, I'd probably be only slightly left. I stand my foot sort of 45 degrees to the oche. My arm comes up. So according to my left eye, I'm now throwing straight. But I'm also throwing straight according to both eyes. And if both eyes telling me it's throwing straight, I must be seeing straight. So either way, as long as I throw straight, my dart should be going in the 20. Like so. I wish I could take that long to line up every shot. That was so far off the treble 18, it's ridiculous. What does that leave me with? 103. Oh, 62. I never realised what I was more dominant. I've been playing for a while now and I'm left eye dominant. Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I never noticed it, and a lot of people started to talk about it, and then you sort of realise if you look at professional players who are the opposite eye dominant to their hands. You've got I think Simon Whitlock's left eye dominant, but he stands almost straight on, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. Phil Taylor sort of like, he set his dart and he was there, but that's really weird for me. Like, for me, like, I'm only ever going to change my technique to suit my left eye dominance if I really start pushing on, which I don't think is really going to do too much for me. But yeah, I never realised until about a month ago. There we go. I'm kind of not focusing on what score I've got because I just hit 60 and I probably should have been, if I hit a triple 20 I would have been screwed. Oh my days, what is that? There we go. 42. Double 16's been good for me today. I hit it first time when I was warming up. I hit it first time both times I tried to check out. So maybe I should try and leave double 16 more often. I said I was going to go first to 5 and I've only played one leg since then. It's probably been about 20 minutes. Ooh. 41. You can get used to anything when said, but why not make it easy for yourself by simplifying everything the optimum way to throw a line, stand, etc. Yeah, like, I feel like if you're trying to play to your left eye dominance, your technique's going to go a bit out the window because you have to line it up with your left eye, which is never going to be natural in any way. 41. I know some players like tilt their head over like this, and that's just weird. I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can throw like that either. $60. Is it really frame rate in this camera? No. Strange. Oh. So 69, 74. $100. Try to leave your arm out more on the extension. Yeah, I feel like since I've had these darts, I've not followed through as much. It's really weird because I switched from 15 grams to 21 grams, and 21 grams feels so heavy. I'd love to do a video where I could just grab some like 32 gram darts and try and play with them, because I'd probably be like, ugh. But 185. There you go. This throw's pretty good, just throwing well with light darts. Yeah, I feel like my technique's got worse since I stopped playing in games, but it's also got better in other ways. It's just sort of trying to merge all the things I know and all the things people tell me together. Do we go ball 25 ball? I don't think it'll work, but darts hit triple 20 have been better to follow through. That's not a coincidence. No, exactly. We'll go for the, well, we'll try. Ah, for 1, 2, 1. Oh well. 24, 34, 41. 84. 64. Oh, Jesus. 36, 43. So 17. this has been a terrible leg as well. There we go. 24. First dart. Need to get the troopers training and playing each other again. We should have a strong 5, at least maybe more for the season. Yeah, I think this lockdown can help us, but it could also like hurt us a bit, because actual match competition might be a bit of a struggle for us. Like, we can all say we play well in online darts and whatever, but once you go back to an actual game environment, it's different, especially if you play doubles. $85. I think Carter's playing well. As you suggest, that'll help us. Yeah, Cole's a very... If he's on form and he's throwing well, he's actually not... He's a good player, but when he's not throwing well, he gets frustrated and it's not nice to watch. Oh, bottled the last 2 darts again. 81. 43. Back to your highest form since the second month lockdown. 13 dart leg and 2 times 15 dart legs last week. I haven't been playing as much, just due to other stuff, like I said. But I'm trying. I started really practicing, thinking the darts were going to come back, but it didn't seem to happen. And now we've got all these restrictions in place again. It looks like darts tournaments won't be happening. Play every week, tournaments, competitions on a very high level. I think I'm going to struggle now. My level drops a lot. I got back in. I say this all the time. I got back into darts in January. Like, actually competitively playing. And oh, nice. And yeah, I was sort of like quite nervous when I come back, but I was actually playing quite well, and I sort of surprised myself with how well I was playing. And because I played so well, I started getting more nervous in games because I was expecting to win. And then just towards the end of the sort of lockdown, or just towards the end before lockdown, I was actually sort of less nervous in games. I just thought, just throw. At the end of the day, win or lose, it's just a little darts match. It's nothing too important. But yeah, that's probably all going to be gone. I'll probably get back and probably put too much pressure on myself. Ugh, shocking. What was that name? It was 79. What's your average this game so far? I don't know. I'll see at the end of this leg. I started darts at the start of lockdown, was practicing every day. Your average must have been 30. Fast forward now, I'm pushing a solid 55, 60 average most games. See, when I got back into darts, I remember looking through the WhatsApp group that we have for our team, and one of the first pictures I put in there was like, oh, I've done really well considering I haven't played in a while. And it was like a 45 average, which for me now is like really poor. But I say that I'm probably averaging 45 this game. But now I'm sort of pushing a sort of 56, 57 average consistently, which I wasn't doing maybe a couple of months ago. But now I'm again trying to find it hard just to push just above that 60 average. But to get that, you just need to keep hitting 60s more consistently and finishing a bit quicker, and it will come. Like that. You're never going to get a 60 average if you can't finish 40 in God knows how many darts. But yeah, pushing up from 30 average to 55, 60 average is actually really good. Oh, I've blocked it off. There we go, right at the top of the double. Second dart. I said I'd go first to 5, didn't I? So we'll have a look. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Stats. I averaged 56.09, which isn't great. It's alright. Like I said, I sort of push the higher 50s average now. Sort of 57, 58. And then, yeah, it's always sort of a 57, 58 average. So, high finish 81. That was in the second or third leg. Best leg 23, worst leg 28. See, that's where I want to improve. I want to eliminate those 28 dart legs and get them down to 24s, and just don't push any higher than 24 dart leg. Yeah, I had a 72 dart average on stream the other week, and I think it was a best of 3 or 5. I think it was a best of 3. I uploaded the individual video, didn't I? But yeah, that was sort of my best average I've hit for a long time. I think the best average I've ever hit was a 74, and that was in a three leg game. And the second leg I lost, and I threw like ton 81. I was throwing like tons and 80s and 60s, and I still lost the leg. The guy threw absolutely unreal, supposedly. Are they in here? Here we go. We got the box. The Simon Whitlock Win More practice rings. See, I never actually looked at the games. Ugh. The games on these. See, this practice ring here, right? That is pointless. I mean, I know it's meant to help with your grouping, but come on. Like, seriously? Look how small that, like, you can fit, even with slim, these are 6.35mm long, wide darts. And these are long points. You're fitting, if you're doing that, not even pro players would do that. So, I don't know, right. What I generally do, here's how I was doing it. So, I very rarely switch because my 19s hitting is very bad. Yeah, that's the thing. If you play someone who checks out legs quick, but you're still hitting big scores, your average will be improved. I've just dropped a pin on the floor. I don't know where it's gone, so if I stand on it, I stand on it. It's more about focus and grouping. Yeah. Pin up and throw. See, I haven't used the score sheets. So what I would do, for me, because I can't hit 19s very well, not that one, I would put the big ring on the 19, give or take, about there, I'd say. I mean, I probably should be hitting that. And I'd put a slightly smaller ring on the 20s. Like so. So that's what I would do, personally. So it just focuses your grouping a bit more on the 19 switch. Because a lot of my 19 switches go in the treble 3. I think you probably saw it a couple of times in that game, and the treble 7. So I think practicing for switching, because I very rarely switch, I think I'd done it in that game. I had 2 darts sort of like this, held up, and rather switch to the 19, I would try and loop it and rest it on top, which isn't the worst thing in the world if you can do it, but there is a risk of potentially throwing too high and missing the board, which I used to do a lot. I'll just go at it now hard. Oh dear. There you go, the switch was better. If I'm just strictly aiming for treble 19s, I'll hit the treble 19s really well. But the switching is where my problem is. Get more tons rather than 83. Yeah, that's also another thing. I think the couple of things I need to do to get that average up and to win more games is to obviously improve at checkouts. You can always improve at checkouts, but get more tons rather than 83s, 81s, and get more 60s rather than 41s and 45s. And my getting 60s and hitting more 20s consistently has got better, but it's also now trying to just do it more consistently. There we go. First one where I think I've hit all three of them in the practice ring. Let's get rid of this. How long have we been streaming for? 51 minutes. Very nice. What's the time? I'll probably stay on until sort of midday if I can. And then that's when I'll get off. If anyone wants to... Ooh. Oh. If anyone wants to sort of chuck some video ideas they might want to see at me, you have more arc in your throw than before. Technique is worse in this respect. Your follow through perhaps is more in line, which makes your score look good, but at the expense of the silky follow through. I have on a vid. Yeah, I think that's where, like I said, some parts of my game have got better and some have got worse. I think my follow through was really slow anyway, as it was, and I think my follow through was getting slower as a result of trying to be more accurate. Also, I think it might be because of the pair flights. I think the pair flights have caused my follow through to slow down a bit, because when I was trying to throw them harder, they were going a bit all over the place. Like I was trying to do it earlier and I was dragging into the 18s, like over there. That's 13. But I had a few darts that were coming down here, which is what happens when I try and follow through too much. Well, not follow through too much, when I try and follow through too hard. See the snap reduction. Yeah, I know I do it, that's the problem. It's just trying to get back into it. I think for me trying to practice technique is really hard because I think about it too much and stuff like that happens where I just miss throw. So I was just looking out my window there because a very dodgy guy just ran out of the car and it just dropped the fucking package in the bin in the cemetery. And I feel like he's just dropped some drugs in there for someone to pick up. I might go in and go and get him myself. Marker 88, get on it. I was going to do it, and then I got distracted and completely forgot about it. I'll quickly spin my camera around. I don't know if you saw it, but there's my little scoreboard where I through for 12, 18, 10, 16, 24 to 8. So what I'd do is I'd go 1, miss 1, hit 1, miss 1, hit 1, I think. Yeah, so I'd go around twice. So it was set up, I was ready to play it, but I got distracted. Ended up not playing it. There we go. Dodgy deals. Honestly, this is the most, I don't know why it happens, this is like the prime, this area of Bury's okay, where I live. I've just said where I live. Well, where I live is okay, it's a nice place, but there's a few areas, obviously there's drugs in every town, but literally right outside my window is the prime drug dealing spot. I see it happen so often. Like, I don't get how people haven't picked up on it, or the police haven't picked up on it, because it's so obvious. That's another thing I don't like about these practice rings. I feel like I can snap a point at any moment just because I could hit the ring. Also, I think my follow through has got lighter because, like I said, I was throwing darts more down here because I was pulling them down. Well, not pulling them down, but you know what I mean. I wasn't throwing them with enough arc. There. These practice rings would be probably gone if I kept using them. The amount of times I already chipped them. Ridiculous. My new vid took so long to edit, was up until 12:30 last night on it. Need to make a thumbnail and upload. It's long though. Bash me how an average person you see every day can realise a deal or something dodgy yet continues in the same way and the police are oblivious to it. Yeah, it's very strange. Please don't tell me this delivery's for me. It's the same bloke, it's the same postman, he's come back. Oh, it is for me as well. I'm going to have to go and answer the door in a sec. You're going to hear the dog bark a lot. Quickly throw these last 3 darts. Ugh. Right. I'm getting the post. So. Jesus. Why is there a postman knocking on the door like they're police? Like they just smash the door. 13 minutes, may need to cut it more. 13 minutes is an okay time for a video. It's just not. It sort of depends because my average watch time is probably like 2 minutes, but my average video is about 5. So. Oh dear. I'll take these out. Can't bother these anymore. Like I said, I'm trying to. I said it earlier to Ricardo and Kieran that I want to get a sort of practice routine down that lasts maybe 45 minutes to an hour. That's just purely practice routines. This dog won't shut up. Shut up! Oh. The dog's going mad because the postman knocked at the door, but Jesus. Yeah, 10 minutes is for. You can still get adverts on shorter form videos, but you can only get. Once your video is more than 10 minutes, you can put mid-roll ads in. So you can put, I think you can put as many as you want in. And it's just about timing them properly if you want to put them in. But obviously you need, I think it's 1,000 subscribers and so many hours watch time in the past 12 months. I think it might be 4,000 hours. Wonder what the end result of the DPTV battle will be. Yeah, I spoke a bit about it earlier. It's interesting that I think I can see. Oh, I'm going to see this dog real quick. I'll come talk about Darts Planet TV in a minute. Jesus, the hook on me door's just broken off. Jesus Christ. Oh, everything's going wrong. Jesus. Right, Darts Planet TV, yes. So, I saw this morning that Gav is getting a legal team involved, supposedly. Obviously because what Jack has done is technically defamation of character, but I also agree where Jack's coming from. Now, I don't really have much of a personal relationship with either. I have seen Jack out and about, but I wouldn't say I'm his friend. I'm a friend through YouTube, obviously. I appreciate that he shouted me out in one of his videos, and he continues to support them. But like I said, I don't know either of them personally. One thing I will say, there's been a few things that Darts Planet TV done in the past that I have considered a bit dodgy, which is why I didn't continue my VIP membership. The whole Dart Wolf thing was a bit suspect. Obviously I entered all the Dart Wolf stuff because they were giving away thousands of pounds worth of stuff for free. Did I win anything? Of course I didn't. And yeah, the VIP scheme, which I said earlier, 12 quid for a magazine and some flights, and the promise to be in these special events which never seem to happen. I mean, you get VIP streams once every 3 months. What can you not like? I think personally it was a bit of a rip-off. The whole mystery box thing, again, I looked at them and thought, why would you want that? Half the stuff you wouldn't use anyway. The whole Dart Wolf thing, like I said before, was a bit suspect. It was probably, I know me and Mark have discussed it, it was probably someone from Target. There's no way a random person from America comes in and just gives in loads of money to a channel and then disappears and completely dies out and stops using the account. Will they crop up again next year? I really hope not, because it could be really bad for Darts Planet TV. Defamation is not claimable if you make it clear it's your view. See, that's the thing. A lot of people say that, but a lot of defamation of character cases, probably more so in America, are like that. There are just people's opinions, and then they all end up sort of going against the person that's made the claims. But all the claims that Jack made, apart from the, I said earlier, apart from the NHS donation charity one, which I think was a bit silly from Jack because he had no evidence whatsoever on it, I think every other claim was perfectly fine. I think the cheap tap mystery box thing was stupid from Gav. The whole, I've spoken about so many things, there's actually so many more things I'll keep remembering. The whole website thing, claiming the darts referee things and just send them to YouTube videos and stuff. Ridiculous. Like, the whole calling darts incidents and moments I'm not going to say the word on stream even though I don't get monetized, a C word, just because he uploads videos from the PDC and he shouldn't get away with it. He's using them as part of a Fair Use Act. He's allowed to use them. Gav in the past has uploaded videos, maybe one or two in the past. There's still a video on the Darts Planet TV channel of, I believe, some sort of PDC game, and Gav was getting angry because someone else uploads stuff from it all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. That was the main thing. I forgot about that. So they were like, oh yeah, we just sell cheap tat in a mystery box. Everyone kind of knows that. But he didn't even say, if he just said, it's sort of just cheap tat that goes into a mystery box and we make profit from it, fair enough. But he said, more profit for me, hee yippee. Like, mate, we get it. You overprice the whole merch thing. The merch they put out is diabolical. There was, honestly, I'm not even a graphic designer. Okay, I have a bit of experience in Photoshop because of my university studies and my previous studies at college. But there was a guy, no offence to the guy on Twitter because he's a nice guy, but he was literally putting stuff on Photoshop, like pictures of a wolf and the Dark Planet TV logo, and just pressing 2 buttons on Photoshop and putting an effect and sending it to them. They're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And they start selling it. Like, oh my days, mate, honestly. I could make better merch than Dark Planet TV right now. Easily. I could just jump on Photoshop, make the merch, go on a website, and just get it made to order. The merch is terrible. The DPTV Army stuff is the Barney Army logo from the Target stuff, so it's clear Target written on that as well. And they release like new clothes and stuff every month. The whole like Gav 180 thing. Like, who wants a t-shirt of someone else hitting a 180? The only shirts I actually liked from Darts Planet TV were the simple ones that just said Darts Planet TV and the Making Darts Look Sexy one, because that's an actual sort of like a slogan from the channel, which isn't even really Gav's, it's Adam's. I know Adam hasn't got Twitter anymore, I don't think, or if he does, he doesn't use it so much. And I feel sorry for Adam in this situation because I think he's a nice guy, but he's just working with someone who seems very sort of, I wouldn't say business savvy, but knows how to get the best out of a very poor sort of production sort of value or line. I think the problem is with the darts community, if you go into YouTube specifically or Twitter and you look at, okay, for me it's easier to put it this way because I do play PlayStation. I've had him all the time in the world room. So I've never met Adam, but he does seem like a really nice guy. I have spoken to him on Twitter a couple of times. But yeah, so if you look at 2 different communities on Twitter that sort of have a similar way on YouTube, I would say would be gaming and darts. Now you probably think, oh, what the hell, they're nothing alike. But if you look at the gaming community specifically, or maybe not so much the gaming community, maybe sort of like commentary channels or just YouTube channels that don't involve themselves in darts, that revolve around one person or maybe a couple of people within a channel. All of their merch, all of their production value is outsourced, done by other graphic designers. They'll happily pay them. What it seems like on the Darts Planet TV website is they just push out merch that they know people will buy because the darts community, the darts viewers, aren't as aware as to what graphic design or what good graphic design or logos are. Now, fair enough, if they're buying it, they clearly like the product, but there's so many better things that people could do on Photoshop than click 2 buttons that put a filter on a picture. All you do on Photoshop, a couple of things, I've seen them sell like the sketch type things. You literally go on Photoshop, you put in a picture, you go filter, you go image, I think, and then it's like, see, I don't know how to do it because I don't use these things normally. It's like filter, image, sketch, and then you just change about the settings and it comes up, and that's what they sell. Like, it takes like 5 seconds, and they just, for a better word, shit out content for people to watch. Now, I don't put the most effort in the world into my content. The video I uploaded yesterday probably took like maybe 3 hours in total, if that, and most of that was making the thumbnail and filming and finding a song, not so much the editing. And 3 hours for a video isn't the most amount of time, but obviously it was only a 5-minute video and I knew what I wanted to do. If you've got a plan and you know what you want to do, the videos can be very quick if you know how to edit, if you know how to film and things like that. But yeah, like I say, it's one of those. Darts YouTube's a very strange place because the viewers aren't too clued up on the community aspect of YouTube or the merchandising side of YouTube or things like that. And it's very hard to see, specifically Darts Planet TV, but some other places I've seen as well take advantage of it, especially sort of like the older community within Darts YouTube. So you're sort of talking like the older 30s, maybe 40-year-olds, maybe 50-year-olds that are not too clued up on the whole sort of technology YouTube side of things and sort of giving them money without their sort of awareness too much. But like I say, there's so much stuff to talk about it, and half the time I chat a load of shit that probably don't make sense. But the biggest problem is I have to use live audio. What do you mean? Oh, okay. So like when you film, you need to use the live audio like I am now. I have to talk into a thing while I'm still videoing. I mean, it can be fixed in various ways. Phone microphones are okay, but people on YouTube will notice it, especially if they've been watching other content. See, for me, this microphone doesn't probably sound too good now because I'm quite far away from it. But let me quickly show you. So my setup for what I used yesterday was my tripod, which my webcam is now on, my DSLR camera, and a little microphone that goes on the top. So you can get Rode microphones that are like this, and it just slots on top of the camera, and you tighten it up, and then this goes into the side of the camera and you switch it on. There's a little blue light if you can see it. And that is better than the camera's microphone itself. The only problem is it hisses. So there will be a few times where I do sort of post commentary, which is mainly for stuff like the Dart Point video I did. So I'll just take pictures and put pictures in and put videos in and commentate over it with my microphone, which I'm using now for this stream, but obviously it would sound better if I was closer to it. Now, it's not the most expensive microphone in the world. You will get more expensive microphones, but I think as long as your content doesn't sound tinny, I don't think it's too much of an issue. Audio editing isn't really my thing, and it's not something I really want to put too much effort into. Like yesterday I had to remove the hiss from my video, and I just like done an automatic thing on Premiere, but you can mix about with it a bit more. But like I say, it's not something I want to push too much. Ugh, what's the time? 11:45. We'll finish up in a minute. I've talked so much about random stuff, and I don't even know if half of it's made sense, but blue snowball I used was pucker for the price. Yeah, I know, God knows how many years ago, like 7-8 years ago, I actually, well, up until I was about 16, 17, maybe even a bit further on, maybe until I was sort of like 18, but the content changed, I used to just make like FIFA videos, and I always used sort of just like a cheap USB microphone that never really let me down, so I just continued using that, and they're not terrible for quality. I think the only time you'll really notice it is when people watch other people's content who have like loads of subscribers. Like even if you listen or watch Jack's content, or I know Jack done YouTube in the past as well, Darts Planet TV's content, other YouTube channels with a sort of good amount of subscribers, some of their setups and their microphones won't be as good as people with 1 million subscribers. If you've got like 1 million subscribers, you're making that much money, you can spend £200 on a microphone and your audio is going to sound, you can spend all that money on like a studio microphone and have really crisp audio, but you can also spend like £80 on a microphone, it'll be fine. This microphone I've got now costs like 30 quid, if that. Cheers Ben, I'm doing my best. I need some more video ideas, so if you have any, please drop them in. On iMovie you have levels 100 to 400%, that's about it I think. Yeah, so that's the one thing I always try. Now, sometimes it leads to my audio in the overall video being really quiet, but My one pet peeve on YouTube is when someone does a commentary and then they'll add music to the video, but they haven't mixed it, or not mixed it, but they haven't changed the levels. So their commentary could be really quiet, and then they've gone and downloaded a YouTube video of a song, or legally got the song, and put it in the video, but they haven't changed the levels. So you could be listening to it on like an average volume, and all of a sudden, music starts playing out really loud. It's super loud. You've got to turn down your headphones. That's my one pet peeve. I would rather just have a level sort of audio pattern. Now, my videos, I think, they're loud enough to the point where you probably have to turn your device up maybe half. It depends what device you're using. For my iMac, I have to put my volume up like halfway. On a phone, you might have to put it up sort of all the way, but it's loud enough so you can hear it. And my videos aren't that long, so it's not like you have to deal with a terrible mic for like half an hour. I think that's my one thing. For as long as possible, I'm not going to upload like super long videos unless I maybe start a podcast or something, but that's not really something I want to do at the minute. Documentaries are something I want to think about doing, but it's trying to get access to the things you want to get access to. Documentaries are something that I sort of wanted to do when I was at college, and I never really got into it. Mainly because at college the amount of stuff you have to do for a documentary is ridiculous. Like, for a documentary you have to do research, obviously. But then at college you have to do research on how you research. You've also got research on how to make a documentary. So it's like 3 lots of research, and then you've got to film the documentary, then you've got to research on how you edit, and then you've got to edit it yourself, and it's just a lot of effort. Whereas if you make a documentary now, it's if you research your subject, go and film your subject, go and edit it, and you're done. You don't have to do all the research on what you actually physically have to do. Oh. I'm just chucking randomly now. Thought I had an expensive camera for my viz, told us an iPhone 11, he was shocked. Yeah, I saw that. Right, see you later Mark, all the best. Safe travels back to Bury. I might be about, not so much on the weekends because I have football, but, or late evenings, weekend, I don't know. So, if you want to do anything, just message me and I should be available, unless something happens to me at football. Ooh. We've been live for 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is what I wanted to. Do you wear shoes every time you practice? 90% of the time, yes. At the minute, I'm not. Ooh, I can't see. This camera will be better, isn't it? At the minute, I'm not. I'm just wearing socks. But that's because my shoes that I usually wear for darts are downstairs, and the only shoes I have that are under my bed are shoes that are too tight to walk about in for an hour whilst playing darts, and my walking boots, which I don't want to wear while I'm playing darts. So I literally just have these shoes which are really comfortable, just slip on, don't have to undo the laces or anything, and I just use them to play darts. But yeah, I usually wear shoes for practice. 1, because it gets you used to a game situation, and 2, if you drop your dart on your foot, it's not going to hurt as much. I was told to wear because you're not your accurate height. If you wear shoes while you practice, try and wear the same shoes that you wear when you would play a game, and that'll be as close as you can get to an in-game situation if you're practicing at home. So for me, at the minute, I'm practicing without shoes, but if I practice with shoes, I'd probably gain an extra maybe ½ an inch height-wise. And ½ an inch in darts is the difference between sort of like there and there. So, I don't know, but obviously you can adjust ½ an inch whilst not wearing shoes. It's just easier to play with them on. And also it's just nice to protect your feet, because the amount of times I've dropped darts on my feet whilst not wearing shoes, it hurts, especially with 40mm long points. Lighter darts, fair enough, but longer points are just asking for trouble. do, I'll just throw in 2 darts. If I hit a ton, we will finish. That's what we're going to do. So I want to say thank you to everyone that's joined, everyone that's watched, everyone that's come in to the stream, everyone that's been active in the chat, whether it's been for the last 5 minutes, whether it was at the start, whether it's been for an hour. It is very much appreciated. I'm going to try and do these streams every Wednesday at 10:30. I think that's sort of the only time I can actively stream regularly. So 10:30 UK time, I will try and stream every Wednesday. And then I might do the odd stream here and there as well, but they will be really unannounced. Like I say, we'll try and finish on a ton. Love your show, big fan from Canada. We see a lot of people from Canada for some reason. But thank you very much. We had someone from Alaska earlier, we had someone whose brother lived in Canada. Like I said, Canada's a place, Canada and Alaska, and sort of the northern part of the United States are places where I really want to go for wildlife photography. Oh, we've bottled it. I could have finished the stream right there, but I want to give you guys an extra few throws because I don't want to hit a ton apparently. Ugh, I'm never going to hit a ton at this rate, Jesus. Be here all day, I'll be streaming all day. Oh, come on. $60. I want a ton. That's all I want. I just want a ton so I can finish the stream and go and get a drink and eat some food and play some NBA. I don't know if anyone plays NBA, but I have it on PlayStation. Me and my friend play it. We're looking for a third man. Yes! Ton. But yeah, looking for a third man on NBA, if anyone plays it. So, if anyone plays NBA, PlayStation 4, preferably a guard, follow me on Twitter, message me on Twitter, say you want to play NBA, and we'll get you in. Right, I hit a ton. That's the end. That's the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. As I said, if you've been here for 5 minutes, if you've been here for a whole hour and 20 minutes, if you was here for the first 5 minutes, very much appreciated. I'm going to try and keep this stream going, as I said, every Wednesday at 10:30. Hopefully we can get a regular amount of viewers. Hopefully you guys can talk to each other in the chat, talk to me about darts drama and darts in general, all kinds of stuff. Hopefully it is something you guys can watch on the regular. So, as I